In December 2012, the ReSPA team took time out from their base at Danilevgrad to travel to Dubrovnik for a team building session. It was nearly 2 years since they started up as an organisation, and a good time to take stock of progress and plan for the next stage of development. To prepare for the event, a staff survey was conducted, and the results showed good progress as well as some issues to work on.
Points that I think compared to other team buildings that we had, that we are getting closer and closer to the point where we can trust each other more and more. Results of the survey also showed great satisfaction in general teamwork, much more than previous year, I would say.
And people enjoyed their jobs, didn't they?
In general, as you saw from the survey, people do enjoy their job. Work overload is a little issue, but that's a problem in most of the organization these days. I would say a little issue I would raise, it's what the colleagues talked about. It's a general recognition that we are striving for from the governing board, since we do not get positive feedback from them, and what we would like to get. Trust is still an issue within the team, but I believe, having in mind that I still compare with the two previous events, it's a much smaller issue than it used to be.
Teamworking is dependent on the right attitudes and behaviour of each team member, so we started with some exercises around self-awareness and observation of others. It provided an interesting opportunity for some feedback and learning.
The opportunity to us colleagues who are working for 8 hours in the office, we stay there and we don't have the opportunity where we could observe the other, and as well as to receive feedback of the observation what they see on us. So this is exactly in the team building what allowed us really to see and to understand what the other is thinking of me. This is really fruitful and it's nice feedback. Sometimes, of course, we are surprised what we hear from the others, but in the end we realize that that's something that is a reality, which gives again self-awareness to me to improve and to change on the issues that need to be changed for the sacrification of building the right team.
Because I actually become aware of some mind mistakes. I know that I sometimes said to my colleagues, I will lock my door because I need to don't interrupt me. Because I'm personal assistant of the director, and all the time someone is in my office. So sometimes I'm maybe arrogant to the others.
I don't like the idea or something, I tend to stay away, but now I really, even though I find idea not interesting to me, I tried to discover interesting parts of it in order for me to contribute, and I really found that discover a new nature.
We use filmmaking as a way to explore how to work together more effectively. 3 teams were asked to plan and then produce a 10-minute film, and then reflect on the learning derived. The process unearthed new talents, as well as demonstrating the benefits of effective team working.
From USA to China, from Serbia to France, millions are preparing for the fateful day Friday, December 21st, 2012. Many believe that 5,125-year cycle of the Mayan calendar comes to a close and will result in the end of the world. Where should you be and what should you be doing? Maybe it might be mysterious mountain route in Serbia, or Pic de Boeuf in France, or even in Kentucky in USA, but definitely one of the newest, most mysterious, remarkable places, and of moreover safest places, is Dubrovnik in Croatia, which was founded in the 7th century on a rocky island named Laos.
What struck me most is, well, the fun we had in the afternoon when making this. really were creative, and actually this is kind of the side to us, and I mean especially to the colleagues that you don't get to see in a very strict work environment.
Natalie Wood is approaching us. Hello, Natalie. She just came.
Hi. I gave all my pearls, I gave all my gold diamonds to come here.
Armani, Ferrari,
yes,
and others.
I want to experience this. I mean, I think it's a unique event. And
when I was young, I was a national dancer for 10 years. So whenever it's to dance or to acting, I'm always there. And it was a very nice feeling that in that part of myself, I can incorporate in some product which is related to job.
Hey, what are you doing? Now you see interview.
I think as I have mentioned this morning, what's important is trust, and that's what we actually had when we worked.
Welcome to Dubrovnik, a city with a 1,000-year-old tradition that offers something for everyone. The story of Dubrovnik is old as it is beautiful. It all started long ago in times that could only be recalled by legends.
Our team was very enthusiastic about it, and we had lots of trust between each other, and we felt very relaxed because, we played some funny parts, which is not very usual for our jobs and our behavior at work, but we all, felt very relaxed, doing these funny parts and playing these silly roles in front of each other.
And do you think you can use this at work? Do you think there are any elements of it that can be used?
Yes, I think that filming this movie will and the atmosphere that created will help us, maybe work more relaxed at work when we are back home.
Reached new scientific evidence that aside from the few places that people have already heard about, like Mountain Rtanj in Serbia, Dubrovnik is also one of the main spots where actually people will survive the catastrophic cataclysm tomorrow.
Good thing was that we managed to overcome big problem in a very time-constrained environment, to deliver tasks and responsibilities on individual basis, to share and respect everybody's opinion and ideas. And I think that was the best value that we gained during this team building event.
Like I promised, I will be back.
Show the muscles to ladies.
I will be back, like I promised, but in Dubrovnik.
The way how the exercise was conceptualized and put in place was also very oriented towards team building and team development. I also liked the idea that all of us had a shared understanding about the roles, tasks and responsibilities. And besides that, what I also liked was the fact that nobody took sort of commanding role in the group. Everybody laid down the ideas in a brainstorming process, and after that we decided to assign roles and responsibilities to each and everyone in the group.
For the first time it was so confusing for us. What, which, how, with what, I don't know. But after short discussing, we very fast find out the quickest way to get the point and make those movies, to be concurrent with other groups.
So having learnt from the exercise, it was time to make plans for improving team process at work. The team agreed a set of desired behaviours with a particular emphasis on new ways of communicating and getting things done.
You give an impression that you're wasting time, speaking in corridors, speaking there, but it's very efficient. Then we still send an email, but the email will not be starting point. We confirm this is the final, this which should go to throughout. So I think it's really nice, it's example why not to follow. But it's time, it requires will, it requires understanding and dedication from both sides.
What's the consequence of that? What are we saying here? Less email, more face-to-face.
So what is the most valuable is the generated feeling from all this, which cannot be artificially made. I think it naturally came since the energy amongst us has been purified by this.
And what is this feeling?
Being more relaxed and feeling much more being part of the team. And
I really think that we have big potential to be perfect.
Yes, I hope we will communicate more face to face, because mails are too dangerous for communication.
Yeah.
I found that very useful, because as a team we gather without our heads during the team building, and the communication and everything is much easier because we are a team and we are acting without our heads in a team, and that should be very that should be used as an experience and an example of very successful cooperation between team members.
It's I see a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy, a lot of real talents, not just for administration, for art as well. And I see unused opportunities. So I learned that people are having many different competencies, skills that has not been showed earlier.
Yeah.
So now it's actually more space to think in wider terms, in the terms of how to use also these, let's say, hidden talents in a more efficient manner in order to meet again institutional organizational goals.
Mm. No, we've done the storming, forming, norming. I definitely think they're moving into the norming stage at this stage, and indeed the performing stage, because they have been performing while doing all the rest. So in terms of a group of people moving forward, they've done a lot in just under 2 years. 15 people to set up, establish and operate an international organisation of quite some reputation in the region, and sometimes they don't realise how much they've achieved.
I felt pleased that they were able to make a connection between the filmmaking and actually what happens at work, because there are connections, and I think a number of people were making those connections, and they recognised the need to use the team more, to plan better, to be efficient, to communicate much more openly, and also to accept some compromise, you know, when things don't quite go right.
I believe to treat people in a way that we want to be treated by them. So it's about tolerance, it's about self-confidence, it's about the collective efforts towards the same target. We need more communication, live communication. It is time-consuming, it is, but however, I really need to find the time and energy to meet these expectations, because I really believe that we should do efforts in order to make our life easier for 8 hours that we are spending there, and we can help each other actually and help organization to meet ultimate goals.